He's wait, I wrote it down. 1970 and 1983 won 4 Super Bowls.
Bless his heart.
In the 1970s. Yeah. Yeah, he's still doing it. He's still on Fox Sundays.
So he's a commentator now.
He's like the studio guy, one of the studio guys. They almost have too many studio people. Crazy.
Well, what else are they going to do with all these guys?
I don't know. They
have to keep a really close eye on them because they all have like severe brain injuries.
They probably should retire at this point. Probably kind of.
I don't know.
I don't know. He's Terry Bradshaw. How old is he? He's 74, I think. Last time I saw, something like that. Which I don't know. I guess he'll keep going. He did some. I think he did like a reality show or something somewhere.
About what?
His family, maybe. I don't know. I don't watch reality shows. I don't really follow it that much. But I thought I heard that he did a reality show.
I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's Terry Bradshaw. Okay.
I get to be Terry.
So you get to be Terry.
I've always wanted to be Terry Bradshaw.
You're going to be Terry Bradshaw. I am Pete.
Mm-hmm.
So just to set this up, after multiple attempts to get Terry Bradshaw to answer his call, Pete finally finds a way through to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's Uncle Pete. Let me talk to Terry.
Hey, Pete, it's Terry.
Oh. Hi, Terry.
Hey, Uncle Pete. Everything all right? Is there a problem?
No. No problem. Just, thinking about football, and I'm actually worried about LT this weekend.
This is not my Uncle Pete.
No, it's me. It's Uncle Pete. Come on. Used to sit on my lap, pony rides. Pete.
My Uncle Pete had his larynx taken out. He talks through a hole in his neck now.
It's a miracle.
Cut the crap, buddy. You think I've never been pumped for some fantasy football information? I once had a policeman pull me over just to see whether or not he should start Kurt Warner or Donovan McNabb.
Just hook me up once, please. I mean, is LT going to play?
You've got some balls, kid.
2 small ones, but I'm trying to use them.
I do admire that. My answer to your question, yes, definitely.
Yes?
Absolutely. Starting. Good shape.
I'm sending you a fruit basket, sir. Thank you.
You know this number?
Yes, sir.
Lose it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bradshaw on the phone, LT on the field, unstoppable. And scene.
And scene.
Very good. Yes, so Pete is taking on some devious tactics here to try and get some fantasy advice because he has nothing to do. He has nothing but time on his hands at this point. He's not married. He's now divorced. Like, whatever. Yeah, I'll just try and call Fox Studios and see if I can get Terry Bradshaw to answer the phone. And somehow
it worked.
It worked. So you should know, like this show aired on FX, so which is also connected to Fox Sports, right? So there's a connection there.
Okay.
So they can
utilize people. They can.
Yep.
They could just go right over to the next studio and be like, "Hey,
bros,
we need Terry Bradshaw for a minute."
Hey, Terry, like which one of you guys on the panel or in the studio wants to be on a TV show?
Yeah.
And Terry was like, "Yeah,
that's convenient.
I'll do it." He mentions Kurt Warner. So Kurt Warner was a quarterback for the St. Louis Rams. They are now the Los Angeles Rams. So he has an interesting story because he was in the Arena League. Did you know that there is arena football? No, you did not.
Of course not.
Yeah,
I can't believe you even had to ask that.
I know. Dayton actually had a team at one time. They were called the Warbirds for a couple of years. They played at the Nutter Center, Wright State. So they created a field at Nutter Center. It's like almost like a hockey. They created like a football field within like the hockey walls. I think the hockey walls were up. It seems like they were, and they put padding on them, and they just played football in that. Yeah.
Okay.
I know. It's crazy. But anyway, so Kurt Warner's story is that he sort of came up through the Arena League and did really well there, and then I think he went to so there's actually a Europe at the time. I don't know if they have it still now, but there used to be a league in Europe that the NFL sponsored, kind of used as a developmental kind of thing. And he did really well there. And then he came and played for the St. Louis Rams and actually won a Super Bowl. Isn't that crazy?
Okay.
And then they made a movie about his life. It is called American Underdog, which came out in 2021, I think.
Did he do anything like really inspirational? Or was it just because he was a football player?
I think it's just his it's the story of his persistence.
I see.
And sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Of saying, I guess it's just one of those stories. Like, this is what I want to do. I want to try and do this while I still can. While I'm still at an age that I can do it. That kind of thing.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know.
There's so much. There's so much of the football.
So much of the football. Well, imagine
This is Kurt Warner we're still talking about.
Yeah, it's Kurt Warner. Okay. And then Donovan McNabb, he was a quarterback for the Eagles in the 90s. He was really good too.
Okay.
Yeah. But he didn't have that cool of a story.
Yeah. Nobody made a movie about him.
No.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Maybe they did. Maybe there's someone making a podcast about him.
Maybe I guarantee there probably is somebody talking about him. All right. So LT is starting for sure.
Well, I mean, that's what Terry Bradshaw
That's
said.
Terry Bradshaw said. All right, we go to the Ruxin house. We're now ready for the Sunday at Ruxins. And the whole cast is there except for Audre. He's not quite there yet. We got to learn some ground rules because you must clean yourself because of the baby Jeffrey.
Yes.
And this is a little more foreshadowing. A little foreshadowing check mark of do not dirty the baby Jeffrey.
Right. He seems to be precious.
He is very precious.
He's a precious boy.
Yeah. You joke, but it's for real.
Like, actually, the scene where they all meet baby Jeffrey, no one touches the baby. No one touches the baby. No one touches the baby, which I feel sorry for the baby. Like,
the poor baby.
You gotta pick up a baby and play with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, touch him.
No, everyone's just I don't know.
Nope. They just kind of stand around and then they're like, let's put the baby cam on. We'll put it in picture in picture. And no one shall touch the baby.
No one shall touch the baby Jeffrey. Did you see on the wall behind them? It's
Jeffrey. Yes.
Geoffrey with a G. Jeffrey with a G. Awesome. We learned one thing that we'll reference several times is the Ruxin face.
Oh yes.
Can you do the Ruxin face?
Well, you have to pouch out your lips a little bit.
Yeah, perk out your lips, and I think it's just a Nick Kroll look or something like that.
I think that's probably where Big Mouth came from.
I think so. Yeah, right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That is true. He does kind of have a big mouth, and his lips are kind of protruding.
Lips.
Yes. But this is probably, I think, the first reference to the Ruxin face, which does come up later. And I think this is the first reference to. Oh wait, no, it's not. He does reference it in episode 2. I'm clapping. What am I doing? What am I clapping? He does reference.
You're so excited.
I am so excited. He does reference that he is Jewish, right? In episode 2.
Oh yeah.
I forgot. I actually written down. I think, is this the first time? No, it's not the first. He does in episode 2. But I don't think we noted yet that Sophia is Catholic.
Right.
So there's that. She mentions we're now a Holy Trinity, right?
Right.
So that's her thing, and then Ruxin trying to convince his mom that it's a very progressive synagogue.
That's where they had their baby baptized.
Where the baby was baptized. Yes exactly. So that's something else that causes a little bit of tension at certain times.
As I think that would. Yeah.
So one thing I thought was funny is that Taco, he's still convinced that he's the godfather to Ellie. but it's actually
Kevin
Pete.
and Jenny's kid.
Yeah,
Ellie.
Kevin and Ellie. Yeah. Kevin and Jenny's kid. I wrote down that when Kevin and Jenny die, that he's going to bring his puzzles, his slingshot, and his Sega Genesis over, and he's just going to hang out with Ellie all day. It's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Puzzles, slingshot, and a Sega Genesis.
Yes.
I had a Sega Genesis. Did you ever have a Sega Genesis?
I did not.
No.
We had a Nintendo.
Oh, you were a Nintendo person.
Yeah.
Oh, gross. Yeah, I was never. Well, I had a Nintendo. I guess when I don't know, high school maybe. That first one. But I like the Sega because it had like the best graphics for like Madden and Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
Sonic was cool. I played it at other people's houses.
Oh,
but like that, I was in middle school.
I think I was
during the Nintendo Sega thing.
Probably. Yep. So Ellie meets Jeffrey. Yeah, I keep wanting to call him Geoffrey. I guess it's just Jeffrey.
It's just Jeffrey.
But because it's with a G,
you have to make it
Joffrey.
You have to make it special.
I do. It's almost like Game of Thrones. Isn't he Joffrey?
I didn't watch Game of Thrones. Are you kidding me?
All right. I watched.
I don't do the popular culture things, I guess.
Yeah,
I fail at that.
You get what you can get to. There's a lot out there. So
yeah.
And that was a lot. You had to commit. You had to commit to that show. I read the books up through fourth one, maybe.
They had books?
Yeah, there were books. There was books first.
Oh, okay. Well, good.
Yeah. Anyway. And we find out that Ellie, she's very sweet around Jeffrey, but we noted that she picks up everything.
Yes.
More foreshadowing. To the Ellie, fun with feces.
So I noted that Taco decides to help Sophia cook instead of watching the football.
He's not really into the football.
Yeah. He seems to have a lot more fun than everybody else.
He does.
I'm putting that plug out there that if you help someone do something,
yes,
you might have more fun than watching people do something. just saying.
Yeah, and of course Ruxin is very concerned about this.
I don't know. He doesn't seem that concerned.
Well, it's kind of concerned. Well, he has an explanation.
Yeah.
Right? His explanation is that, racehorses, or when they breed horses, that they send in some wild stallion, just stir up the mare, and then they bring in the actual stud, I guess.
Yes. The teasing stallion.
Yeah, there's a teasing stallion. Is that true? I
have no idea.
I feel like he's just making it up.
I think he's just trying to make himself feel better.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah. And he's standing there watching, which is a little creepy. Like he's right there in full view.
Yeah. And they're spanking each other.
They are spanking each other. Does Taco have a nice butt? She says he has a nice butt.
I've never seen Taco's butt, but I mean,
yeah. Well,
I can only imagine.
Sophia has a nice butt. I'll just tell you that.
Okay. Well, I did notice that.
That's pretty nice. We see it full. Well, not. Episode 2. I mean, yeah, when she's in Downward Dog.
That's true. We get a nice big close up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And Ruxin, what the heck?
Sophia's.
He stole the baby's name.
Yeah. What's up?
That's not cool.
He hears the name Kale and he decides to use it for his dog. Yeah.
And that is the name that Kevin and Jenny are planning to name their baby if it's a boy. Yeah.
Would you name your kid Kale? Is that
no. I
don't know anyone named Kale.
I would not name my kid after a food.
That's a good plan.
Yeah.
Asparagus. Broccoli.
If that's
lettuce.
I can think of worse names than Kale, but
Sure.